shots of people in an audience doing awesome things. What you don't know is they're not actually doing awesome things. It's me yelling at them on a microphone, telling them to do stuff. We have our fabulous team here, so I'm going to ask something from you real quick. If you called sick to work today, or you're here with someone you're not supposed to be with, and happen to like Coldplay, you're in the wrong spot. So, here's what we want to do. On the count of 3, I want you to yell, clap, and cheer, and rise up in your seats and throw your hands in there. Very simple to do. It's going to look great on camera, and it's going to make sure that all of our friends from Wizards of the Coast backstage are comfortable and ready to come on stage. Can you help me with that? Yes or yes? Even you guys way upstairs, we're going to do it too. Just don't fall over the railing. All right, ready? On 3. It's going to look awesome. Hang on. Sorry, I'm going to do it for myself, too. All right, MagicCon Amsterdam, are you ready for a show? 1, 2, 3! All right, now, we're going to pretend we're fist pumping to a really great song while he switches lenses. So, we're going to do it on the beat of 2 and 4. How many of you played a musical instrument? Keep your hand up. Look at these people. They know where 2 and 4 is. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Smile and look happy. Pretend you're excited to be here. Both hands at the same time. Now, just like freak out like you saw the most amazing thing on stage right now. Like shake your arms really hard, like. I cannot wait for you to see yourselves in a video and be like, there was this American screaming at us on a microphone to do these things. And we did them. Anything else? Hey, do me a favor. Give him a huge round of applause. These are some of the hardest. We were all in Miami like 4 days ago. It's great. So, the last thing I need from you, again, you're going to get to see some amazing things. You're going to get to see some stuff that nobody's seen before. You're going to find out when and where we're going to get to hang out again at another MagicCon. So much to see in this panel. Y'all picked a perfect place to be. The only thing I need from you is when I say, are you ready for a show? I need you to lose your ever-loving minds. I need you to yell, clap, cheer, toss a baby in the air, whatever. I want you to scare the person that walks out on the stage, because look, some of them work in this nice little quiet office drawing very painstakingly in Seattle. I want you to show them how much you appreciate their hard work. Can you do that for me, yes or yes? It's some of the only times they get to be directly with y'all, and we know you love Magic because you're here. Again, remember, while you're here this weekend, you cannot see everything. You do not have that time. You cannot buy everything. You don't have that kind of money. But you can meet new people. So my challenge to all of you before you leave here, first priority, play at least one game while you're here, please. Y'all came prepared, right? If you didn't, there's plenty of stuff to buy out there. So please play one game and at least meet one new person. Can you do that, yes or yes? If you can do that, we can keep growing this community and we can keep coming back here. Would you like us to come back here? All y'all got to do is show up. So, MagicCon Amsterdam, I have one final question for you. Who's ready for a show? Welcome to our preview panel. Please welcome presenter, broadcaster, and DJ. Give it up for Jack Saunders.
Yes, Amsterdam, what's up? Make some noise for yourselves, come on. Hello to you at home as well. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. If you stayed up past your bedtime, you're eating your breakfast or whatever it is, this is such a huge and exciting moment. My name is Jack Saunders. You will usually find me hosting radio shows and TV shows in the UK, interviewing some of the biggest musicians and artists around the world, DJing festivals. But when I'm not doing any of that, it is all about playing Magic. And 3 things you should know. Yes, absolutely. Come on. It's all about playing Magic. And 3 things you should know. I love playing black. Yeah? Who likes dragons? Me too. And, hey, enough of the booze, thank you very much. And I have an unhealthy addiction with opening Ether Drift. It was a sleeper set, and I'll hear no bad words about it. No, enough of the booze, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. Look, we're in for such an exciting time here. We are going to be diving into literally the future of Magic the Gathering. We have a set called Reality Fracture coming the end of this year. Who's excited for Reality Fracture? Not only that, but we are going to dive into what is coming in 2027 for Magic the Gathering. Ooh, indeed. Ooh, just wait until you see it up there. Loads of exciting stuff to get involved with. Universes Beyond sets will be mentioned, but we are keeping full focus to in-universe Magic. Reality Fracture. Yes. As you'll hopefully know, or maybe not, Reality Fracture is the end of the story arc. So it's all about in-universe Magic, and we need 2 very important people to come out here and help us dissect this. So please, from Wizards of the Coast, welcome, give a massive round of applause, Amsterdam, and you at home, to Roy Graham and Mark Rosewater. All right.
Wow.
Doesn't get better than this. Right, let's meet you first off. Some people will know you, some won't. Roy, let's start with you. Describe what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Roy Graham, and I'm the head of story for Magic.
Come on.
I'm Mark Rosewater. I'm the head designer for Magic. And this is my 31st year making Magic. But for today, I led the vision design for Reality Fracture.
We couldn't have 2 more perfect people alongside us for what we're about to see and guide us through it. So, should we dive into Reality Fracture?
Yeah, let's get in there.
Let's do it.
I've been waiting to talk about
Let's do it. Come on, it's time. Reality Fracture is the result of former hero Jace pushing his powers too far in an attempt to create something better. But will he succeed? We're going to break down some of the key parts of the story and give you a taste of what's to come. And it doesn't get much bigger than the original 5 Planeswalkers of Lorwyn returning. Roy, kick us off. Who are they, and why are they now coming back?
Yeah, let's get the Lorwyn 5 up on screen here. You know them, you love them. Here they are. These 5 are Magic's first ever printed Planeswalkers, and kudos to Mark and the team at the time. They really knocked it out of the park. These guys they're so perfectly representative of the 5 colors of mana. We have Ajani, we have Jace, Liliana, Chandra, and Garruk, and for the first time ever, all 5 of these characters are involved in the same story. They're all like colliding with each other. First time since Lorwyn, but they weren't even really in the story.
They weren't in the story.
Yeah,
Lorwyn.
so,
No.
yeah.
So here's basically what happened. So back in the day, I mean, Planeswalkers have existed from very early on. Urza's mentioned in Alpha, for example. But for a while, we're like, oh, they're too powerful. We can't put them on cards. They're like godlike beings. So we did a thing called the Mending during the Time Spiral, where we depowered them. And then the idea came up, what if we finally made cards out of them? So the original plan was, in Future Sight, on the Future Shifted sheet, we were going to make Planeswalkers show up for the very first time from the future, you know. And we didn't solve it in time. We weren't happy enough. So we pushed them back. And so they ended up being in the very first set after Future Sight, which was Lorwyn. but we didn't even put them in the story because we still were trying to figure them out. So this is the very first time all of them are in the story together.
It's hard to believe because they're all such iconic Magic characters, but yeah, first time.
Yeah. I mean, they all know each other. I mean, they've been in stories together, but never all at once. So this is something new, but yeah, it's very cool.
I can feel the adrenaline and excitement pumping inside me. Let's get the gang back together. Let's do it. You've known him as memory adept, an architect of thought, a wielder of mysteries, a mind sculptor, and so much more. But Bryn's prodigy is going by another name these days. Say hello to the theorist, Jace Bellerin. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Roy, let's start with you.
Right. So Jace, Mind Mage, powerful Planeswalker, and now villain, has been through a
Guys,
lot.
can we just have one moment for Roy? He's explaining important stuff. I know it's exciting.
There's a really
I know
cool
it's
card
exciting.
here.
Just a little bit of quiet for Roy so he can do his bit. Go for it, Roy.
So Jace has obviously been through a lot, right? He spent a long time fighting all sorts of villains, from the Eldrazi to Nicol Bolas to the Phyrexians, and finally came to the revelation that there's no beating evil. You have to erase it altogether from the multiverse. He set out to rewrite reality as we know it. But the only problem is that his Echoverse is unstable, and the way to make it stable is to replace reality as we know it. Overlie his Echoverse over the multiverse, rewriting it altogether.
And so, Mark, how have you chosen to represent the multiverse manipulation of Jace in the mechanics of the card?
Well, let's talk about the card. Okay, so when we first made the Planeswalkers, they had 3 abilities, but we said, could we just make a frame that has 4 abilities? And we made that when we first made them, and then the very first Planeswalker to ever have 4 abilities was Jace, the Mind Sculptor. So obviously he had to have 4 abilities. We gave him a static ability, and a pretty cool one. He gets to draw a card for every opponent's turn. And so that's, I mean, obviously multiplayer play, he's drawing even more cards. You know, Jace loves knowing things, and so card drawing has always been a staple for him. His +1, he makes illusions. He's an illusionist. He bounces things. He does all the blue things you need to do. And then look at his ultimate. He draws 3 cards. So, I mean, if you like drawing cards, did anyone here like drawing cards? Well, Jace might be the antagonist, but he's going to help you win games.
A master manipulator, I think Mark is probably.
He will manipulate your games. So.
Okay, next up, he's been vengeant, unyielding, steadfast, a valiant protector, and even a sleeper agent. But now, let us introduce to you Ajani, both resolute and unrelenting. Roy, talk us through it.
Let's see him. Oh, yeah. So Ajani, as story fans among you will know, Ajani was exiled from his pride for his white fur back on Naya. The only person who accepted him, who loved him, who showed him respect was his brother Jazal, which made it all the more painful when Jazal was murdered. This sent the Ajani that we know, the Ajani from our multiverse, into a long period of wrath and revenge, hunting down the people that he thought were responsible for his brother's murder. But eventually he pulled out of it, he calmed down a little bit, and he became the mentor and leader that we know and love today. Jace's version of Ajani never exactly got over it, and now roams the Echoverse as a living avatar of vengeance, punishing any that he deems worthy of his punishment.
So we have a white Ajani, which people will be used to, but also here a red Ajani,
Yes.
Mark. How do the mechanics between the two contrast?
Would you guys want to see the cards?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the 2 Ajanis. So we have the white Ajani that we all know and love from our multiverse, and we have the red Ajani from the Echoverse. Okay, so one of the things, we've talked about this, every single play booster you open will have a mirrored pair. What that means is there's one character that shows up on 2 cards in every pack. It could be a planeswalker, it could be a creature, and this is a perfect example of what we did. So when we designed these, we wanted to feel related. These are both a Johnny. So if you notice, for example, they both have activated ability. I would say they both have static abilities. But a Johnny Resolute is about gaining life. A Johnny Unrelenting is about doing damage. They both make 2/2s, but different 2/2s. And they both have emblems, and they care about what, or actually, just how Johnny Resolute has an emblem. But they both have things that sort of build the game in their thing. Johnny wants you to gain life. Johnny Unrelenting wants to do damage. And so they go in very different decks. And that's one of the cool things about the set, is that you get a Johnny, but you get 2 Johnnies. And the other really neat thing about this, if you look on the red Johnny, you see that little symbol? That is the Echoverse symbol. We saw it once before. Where did we see it? On Raw.
There we go. I heard it over there.
Raw's Eric in Secrets of Strixhaven. So that shows you and tells you that's the Echoverse version. And that one of the really fun things about designing this set is getting to make those paired characters was infinitely fun. And we'll see a few more today.
So at Vegas MagicCon in April, who was there?
Woo!
Anyone was in Vegas in April? Just a few of you? Yes, over there. Love you guys. We introduced you to Blue Chandra. Chandra, Chill of Compliance. Now we get to show you her in more familiar colors. This is Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Now, we have both, Roy, here. Tell us about their characteristics and how they compare.
Right. So Chandra, as some of you might know, the great tragedy of Chandra's life is that her father, Kiran Nalar, was killed by the tyrannical consulate that once ruled her home plane of Avishkar. The good news of Echoverse Chandra's life is that her dad wasn't killed. The bad news is that he wasn't killed because he worked for the tyrannical consulate that killed him in our multiverse, and she chose to follow in his footsteps, keeping order, keeping compliance, and suppressing any rebellion on her home plane, anything that would threaten the careful order arranged by Jace.
And Mark, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, that feels familiar.
Yeah, so we did show these 2 cards in Las Vegas, but I just want to talk a little bit about how we designed them. So obviously we have red, we have blue. Both of them care about the top of your library, but red Chandra is, impulsively drawing. Blue Chandra is surveilling. They both make mana for their +1, but one in a red way, one in a blue way. They both deal with creatures, but Chandra's doing damage to them, and Blue Chandra is stunning them. And they both make emblems, but the idea is, it's Chandra, it's similar, they're parallel, but they're very different. And that's one of the cool things about the set, as we do the what if thing, is you get to play with Chandra in ways you've never played, in decks you've never played. I don't know how many mono blue decks have played Chandra before, probably none, but now you have that chance to do that.
And a really nice art treatment on these cards as well,
Yes.
Mark, right?
Yeah, so all the art, what we did is we asked one artist to draw them together. That's what we're showing you before we're showing you the cards. So they're always, they come together. And we even have some special treatments. So let's show you a special treatment here.
Yeah.
So these are borderless with a different piece of art. And one of the things we love doing in Magic is making a lot of fun collectibles. And so we know you had seen the other one previously, but this is a version you've never seen before.
Those borderless echoed pairs look stunning, Mark.
Yes.
Love them. So look, next in our Lore Win 5 has been the Veil and the Dark Realms, a defiant necromancer, a dread horde general. Do you know where I'm going with
I can hear the excitement.
And even our very last hope. Now she comes to us faultless and repentant. Make some noise for Liliana!
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I told you it was good.
Yeah, a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah,
that makes
for
sense.
sure. Come on then, Roy. Talk us through this one.
So Liliana, obviously Magic's most iconic anti-hero, most iconic, let's say morally challenged, morally questionable. What would she be like, though, if her brother Josu had never died? That was the moment that ignited her spark, that led to her practicing necromancy, that led her into contact with the first of many, let's say, questionable entities that she made arrangements with. The answer is what you see here on the left of the screen, a Liliana that stayed with her studies as a healer, that stayed in Benalia and became a noble. She becomes, honestly, a bit of a goody two-shoes, but one who is nonetheless quite powerful.
And Mark, I can't help but notice we've got a really kind of defending feeling, you know, like the blocking, the shield is up, you know.
So,
what's the difference between the two?
You guys happen to want to see the cards for Liliana? Okay, so as I said before, the pairs are always the same character. Sometimes they're planeswalkers, sometimes they're creatures. In the Echoverse, Liliana is not a planeswalker, and in our multiverse, Liliana's lost her spark, so she's currently not a planeswalker. So we get paired, and they're both legendary creatures. Liliana the Faultless, the white Liliana, she cares about creatures entering play because she wants to gain life. Liliana the Repentant also wants creatures to come into play, but because she wants to mill cards. And so each one of them is doing their own thing. Like I said, that's the fun of the set, that we get to see Liliana in a way you've never seen her before. And if you guys remember when we did back in Origins, that Liliana was once a healer, that she started as a white character, if you guys remember, and all Jace was doing, like Jace saved Chandra's dad, saved her brother, he was just trying to help, right?
Yeah, what's so wrong with all of this? It's not like he totally messed up the next character that we're going to see super badly.
But anyway, that, like I said, the fun of this is just, the pairs were so much fun to make. Can we go on? I want to see more pairs.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into the next one. Look, last and certainly not least, and we actually haven't seen him for a whole while, have we? Magic's very own apex predator, Garrick, is returning. Yes!
Oh yeah, we got some Garrick fans!
Baby. Roy, how has the Echoverse of Reality Fracture affected him?
Well, Mark teased it a little bit. Not great. Not great. Garrick's always had a beast in him, hungry and needing to like sate itself with that next hunt, the next beast that he brings down, greater and greater prey, all of that. The Garrick of the Echoverse found another way to sate that hunger using an artifact that some of you might recognize, some story fans might know, a little something known as the Chain Veil. Something that cursed Garrick in our multiverse once to be an interplanar serial killer. This time he dons it willingly.
Mark, I can't help but feel this one in particular might have been a real fun one to design.
This was actually a very fun one to design, but I don't know if we need to show the audience. You've seen enough cards,
don't
right?
Care, right?
You've seen more cards?
Yeah.
Okay, let's show him Garrick.
You want to see it?
Put Garrick up on screen.
They're not even taking the bait. They know what you're up to.
Okay, we got Garrick Veiled Butcher and Garrick Cursebreaker. So obviously, the black, Garrick Veiled Butcher, both of them care about creatures. Both of them do make 4/4 beasts, but they handle it very differently. And once again, you see Garrick in black is using black tools and doing black things. Garrick in green is using green tools and doing green things. Garrick Cursebreaker is a lot like Garrick we've seen before, doing things you expect Garrick to do. But Garrick Veiled Butcher, a little bit different, a little bit meaner, and both of them, yeah, just a little bit meaner. So that's the fun. The thing I loved about making the set was that it is so much fun playing with What If, of taking things and seeing other versions of them, and we might see a little bit more of that. So
all these planeswalkers are making me want to rebuild my Commodore Guff deck. That was my first ever commander I owned. That's a heavy one for the first one, isn't it? It might be time to make a comeback. Look, this is great, but it's not just the Lorwyn 5, is it? We should get excited about this.
Every pack has a
yeah, there's plenty of other stuff to get excited about. Some newer characters as well, including the very teeniest of tiniest of bones in Fractured Multiverse, or actually, Roy, maybe it isn't so tiny.
Well, let's take a look at what Jace has done to Tiny Bones in this multiverse. Yeah, in the Echoverse, Tiny Bones is not so tiny anymore. Meet Titan Bones, who is not only not tiny anymore, not a thief anymore either. He's an honest man, or skeleton, or whatever he is.
I like how Titan Bones still has the tiny head, though. Little tiny head.
Yeah, that's important.
So, Mark, the mechanics of these two, can we see the cards and how do they compare?
Before we show the cards, though, one of the things that was really fun about this is normally the way I describe it is in vision design, we do something crazy, and then set design does the slightly calmer version of it. But this is a set where we did something crazy, and they just kept it. And so one of the things we said is, what pairs could we make? What cool things could we do? And so one of the ideas, we came up with a lot of crazy ideas. One of them was, in design, we had tiny bones, and we called them mega bones. And the idea was, let's really, how do you take classic Magic characters and just do a completely different take on them? And I'll be honest, I didn't think Mega Bones was going to make it to the finished product, but he did. And here what we can see is Tiny Bones, he's what you know, he's a thief, he steals stuff from your opponent's hand. But Titan Bones, he's kinder. Now he also interacts with discard, but he interacts with your own discard rather than your opponent's discard. And so Tiny Bones is tiny, Titan Bones is not tiny. And so we have a lot of fun playing off with lots of different things. So every pack you open, you'll see characters, and every character is different in different ways. And that's one of the fun things about the pairs is we did a lot of different kinds of pairs. They're always characters, so they're either creatures or planeswalkers, but we really did fun things with them. The Echoverse version is not what you will expect some of the time, and we really did a lot of really fun things.
Titan Bones is great, but justice for Mega Bones for me. I want Mega Bones at some point. Look, let's turn our attention now to Hexhaven. This is basically the inverse version of Strixhaven, which was created by Jace. Roy, what are the differences between the two?
Right. So Strixhaven, of course, everyone knows and loves. Strixhaven is the multiverse's foremost place of learning for young mages looking to sharpen their skills, make their way in the world. Hexhaven, of course, has a very different goal, which is helping Jace's master plan succeed. And to that end, it's a little more ruthless, a little more no nonsense. The students of Hexhaven are actually referred to as cadets in the tokens that they create. So a cool little bit of typing to reinforce that. Yeah, let's talk about Fatehold.
So it's kind of military then.
Yeah.
Way, right?
It's sort of a messed up dystopian military academy.
And the mechanics of these, because these are interesting color pairing.
Yeah, so one of the things that happened when Strixhaven came out, the original Strixhaven, one of the notes I got was people going, oh, this is so awesome, we love it. So when are we getting the ally schools of Strixhaven? And I was like, there are no ally schools of Strixhaven. That wasn't a thing. We used everything up. We didn't save anything. So when we were making the set, one of the things we wanted to do is we're doing what if for the characters, but what if we did what if for the setting? And we realized this was a perfect opportunity. People have been begging for us to do ally schools. Okay, Hexhaven is the allied schools. So what we did is we took each school and we kept one color. So the history school kept white, but added blue to make it ally. The math school kept blue, but added black. The language school kept black, but added red. The art school kept red, but added green. And the science school kept green, but added white. And so now we have an ally collection of schools.
And so today, we can show you a card from each of these schools, starting with Fatehold, the School of Future History. Roy, over to you. Talk us through this one.
Right, so the flavor of Fatehold is, it's like Lorehold in that it's a school of history, but Fatehold is not so interested in looking backwards or studying the past or learning from our mistakes or any of that. They're all about predicting the future and identifying problems, okay, and then eliminating those problems, sometimes before they know they're problems.
Right, and so Mark, mechanically then, how does that fit in with the card that we're looking at? Okay,
so one of the things we wanted to do when we were doing Strixhaven is we just did Secrets of Strixhaven. Anybody here play Secrets of Strixhaven?
Woo!
Okay, so in it, we introduced a brand new mechanic called Prepared. And we really like Prepared, and so we said, okay, just because it's a different version, we still could use Prepared. So what we did in this set is, at common and uncommon, every school has just one Prepared spell. There's other stuff at higher rarities. And so each school, to represent the militariness, that they're all doing the same thing. So for example, Peer Review is for white-blue. It is a spell that makes a 2/2 token, a cadet as we talked about, and surveils 1. Why does it surveil 1? Because they're the school of looking at the future. And as you can see on the card, it cares about when you scry or surveil. The set has surveil, but we said scry or surveil for backward compatibility. And the idea is that you can they play into what you know, but they also care about the future. And so it allows us to craft the draft archetype in white-blue around this prepared spell.
Awesome flavor already. So Prudent Fateseer, from Fatehold, the School of Future History, into Theorix, School of Esoteric Mathematics. I sort of feel like all maths is esoteric, isn't it? Not
Not compared to what Theorix do.
Oh, okay, fine, right.
The students of Theorix, the cadets of Theorix, are all about impossible numbers, mind-bending physics, and something that in early design we called dark math.
Isn't all math dark math?
Of course, the side effect of all of this mind-bending, meddling with the underlying fabric of reality for Theorix is that the students tend to go insane.
Well, speaking of going insane, so the prepared spell for blue-black is omit variables. Now, I noted, I didn't point this out before, all the prepared spells are hybrid. And so this is blue and black, so blue and black spells can have it. It mills cards, your own cards. And then, if you notice on the cards will interact with things in the graveyard. That's part of what blue and black is doing. And you'll notice that this card can re-prepare. So some of the spells will be able to let you re-prepare things. Some of them when you enter, but some let you do it multiple times.
So Stinger Quill is next. That is Stinger Quill, the School of Painful Words. It sounds mean, Roy.
Yeah, Jack, are you familiar with that aphorism, sticks and stones can break my bones?
But words will never hurt me.
No, they actually figured out how to make words hurt you.
Oh, right.
Stinger Quill serve as Jace's frontline troops using verbal magic to cut apart both the body and souls of their opponents.
Yes, so we'll see black-red has Vicious Verse as this prepared spell. So one of the things we definitely did is we did take an element of the school as you know it. The language school, which was obviously black-white in Strixhaven, was one of the more aggro of schools. It's still aggro here. It's using its spells to nibble away at the opponent. And like I said, this spell can get re-prepared. So it allows you to sort of plink away at your opponent. And so you'll see that there definitely is overlap between what you know of the schools and the new schools. There is a through line.
And so red-green is Construari, the School of Constructive Arts. Now, this sounds much more positive, Roy.
Yeah, how do you feel about puppets?
Yeah, not so great.
Well, you might not fit in at Construari. They love puppets. The cadets of Construari channel all of the creativity, artistic inspiration, all of that stuff that you might recognize from Prismari into more useful things like architecture, buildings, and soldiers for Jace's grand project. They don't do any of the feelings stuff of the other arts.
So Prismari, if you remember, like to cast big spells. So the idea of ramping is carried over. So you'll notice Soul Tether, which is the prepared spell, makes a Heartwood token. Notice carefully, it does not sacrifice. It is not a treasure. It's permanent. And so it makes red or green mana. And the idea is you can keep re-preparing it, you can keep making more of these, and you can make bigger and bigger things. But rather than just spells, you also here can make big creatures, maybe some of which are puppets. So.
And finally, we have Vigorbloom, the School of Invasive Healing. What can you tell us about this one, Roy?
Well, Witherbloom, their mirror, or the real multiverse version, is the School of Life and Death. It's about that balance, that cycle. Vigorbloom dares to ask the question of why die at all? Why ever die?
It's a good question.
Not bad. No, if you get close to dying, Vigorbloom will just put some of their invasive plants into you, as you can see on this card, stitch you up, and you'll be
send you on your way.
You won't even recognize yourself when they're done with you.
So this prepared spell makes a good point. Some of the stuff carries over. So obviously, Siege Suture, put a +1 counter on target creature, you gain 1 life. There is a life theme that's still there. Witherbloom is all about life. But there's a new component. There's a +1/+1 counter component. On the main card, you can see it grants creatures with +1/+1 counters vigilance. And so not only are there carries over what the school used to do, there are new things that we bring in. So every school has something old and something new blended together.
So Reality Fracture is going to bring us Hexhaven, the alternative school of Reality Fracture and this Echoverse that Jace has created. How deep does this go, though, Roy? The changes that Jace is making here, how far did you go with it?
Well, the changes, as I think you guys have seen, go all the way through the multiverse. And the temptation was definitely there for us on the story team to go really wide with it. To see a Mirrodin that had never been completed by Phyrexia, to see an Amonkhet that had never been corrupted by Bolas, to see a Zendikar that had never been used as a prison to contain the Eldrazi. But we realized pretty early on when working on some of those outlines that we needed to keep the story actually intimate. We needed that the heart of it was actually on Jace and these people that used to be his friends and that were now opposed to him. So the ultimate story ends up being really character-focused.
I mean, I think that's a great thing, because the closer to the characters, the closer to the set and the mechanics and everything, Roy. But Mark, there were some interesting color pairings, right? And so how did you navigate that?
So we previously did a what-if set many years ago called Planar Chaos. And in that set, we really messed with the color pie in a way we shouldn't. And so we learned from that. The big lesson is don't do that. So what we did in this set is the color pie is the color pie. If we're making red Chandra, she uses red abilities. We're making blue Chandra, she uses blue abilities. And so we do a lot of cool things. We stretch creatively. We do a lot of differences, but it's still the color pie used as the color pie is used. There's some creative, a little bit of bending, but nothing, it's the colors as you know the colors, but showing very different things. Would you like an example?
Yes, please, show us.
Would you guys like an example? So, okay, so far we've talked about pairings, but we also have cool one-ofs in the set. So as an example, for a little history lesson for you guys, many years ago we used to have an event called the Magic Invitational, in which the winner used to make a card. Now the world champion does it. And there's someone who won named Bob Marr Jr., and he got to make a card. He chose to make Dark Confidant. Now, Dark Confidant is not in the set, but we said we're doing a what-if world. What if we took Dark Confidant and made it white? Who would like to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Meet Enlightened Confidant. So like Dark Confidant, it's 2 mana, it's a 2/1, and as you can see, it does interact with life and card draw, but not in a black way. You're not spending life to draw like Black would. No, you're gaining life and using that as a means to get cards. And that, one of the things about the set that's really important is we're doing a lot of fun things. These things in a vacuum are cool and exciting. You don't need to know about Dark Confidant, but if you do, there's lots and lots of Easter eggs. And that this set, it's not just what if pairs, it's what if individual cards. Like we've talked about characters, we've talked about setting. We're going to go do other things, other card types, like, not just creatures. You'll see other things, although this is a creature.
So we're also taking things back to the past, basically. Cards we've already had and reskinning them in a way for Reality Fracture in this new Echoverse.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what we're doing is we're saying, how would we do this card if in Jace's world, Dark Confidant wasn't a black creature, it was a white creature, what would it look like?
And some amazing new arts to go with some of these cards as well, right, Mark?
Yes. So we have a special treatment in this set, which we did show off once before, called the Broken Mirror treatment. And the way it works is you see the card in the thing, but pieces of the mirror show you the other version, our version from the normal multiverse. And this is a special treatment you will see in the set.
So should we show them a few more of these cards that are going to have Echoverse version?
Yes?
Yeah?
Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
So, we like big green fatties. One of the all-time favorites is Crater Hoof Behemoth. So, you all know what a green Crater Hoof Behemoth looks like, but how about a red one? So let's see the right one. It is Crater Claw Colossus.
And it's a puppet.
And so the idea is it taps into what the green card does, but that card cared about creatures. This card cares about artifacts. And so that's one of the neat things about this set, that we're taking shells of really interesting designs and then tweaking them. So now, here's something you can put in a completely different deck. So it has a lot of, like, it's familiar but different. And that's a lot of the fun of this set, is you get to see us reinventing sort of Magic's classic cards.
I'd love to see the Shattered Mirror version of this. Have we got it?
Let's see the Shattered Mirror version.
Yeah.
Tough.
It's so cool.
That's so cool, that. Amazing. I mean, while there are a lot of ways to enter Jace's quite chaotic and wild mind, there is one in particular that I think is going to get people really, really excited, Mark. Should we tell them about the Secret Lair bundle?
Sure. Okay, so we talked a lot about doing what if. We did what if characters. We did what if settings. There's a lot of different. We also approached that to the product line itself. So this is the Secret Lair bundle. It will be available on the Secret Lair, but also in WPN stores. We are experimenting with how Secret Lair works. And this set, you can open up. In this set, you get 2 collector boosters. You get 6 play boosters. You get 20 foil traditional borderless lands. You get a spin down. And you get a special promo pack that is 2 out of 10 mythics that have a special art treatment in Secret Lair style. One of the things Secret Lair does really well is we let artists really invent and do really creative things. So can we see some examples?
Oh, please, yeah.
These are all cards we showed you before, but you can see the Secret Lair version of them.
Any favorites on there for you two?
I like the Jace a lot.
It's the Colossus.
Yeah,
it's the Crater Claw.
Guys, while you're soaking that up, we're nearly done with Reality Fracture, but I do want to emphasize how big this set and this moment is going to be. We are literally going to be part of a historic moment in Magic the Gathering and its story. And seeing as I have the head of storytelling literally to my right-hand side right now, I would like to ask one big final question. For everyone in the audience here at Amsterdam, for those at home staying up past their bedtime, eating their breakfast, or, skipping work for some reason or another, what the hell is going to happen, Roy?
I can't tell you, man. You know that. But I will say, this is the end of an arc that started all the way back with Wilds of Eldraine. But I think the story threads we ultimately bring in are really going to surprise fans. They go back a lot farther than what I think people are expecting.
And my journalism degree wasn't a total waste of time. We got something there. Please.
And the cards, by the way, are super awesome.
Yes, they are.
The cards.
They're
Also
awesome. And some of these guys, make some noise. Roy and Mark, thank you so much for hanging out.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
And stay tuned for the Magic story to start dropping at the end of August.
Love it.
Yeah, okay.
Nice. There you go. Got another one out of you. Make some noise for Roy and Mark. How are we feeling about Reality Fracture? Feels good. Should we turn our attention to the future, though? Magic the Gathering in 2027. That's what we're going to talk about now. So please welcome to the stage Jackie Jones and Zakeel Gordon.
Hello.
Take a seat.
Cool.
Okay, so Magic in 2027. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Let's introduce you guys first. What do you do?
Yeah. So I'm Jackie Jones. I'm the VP of Creative for Magic. So I lead the team responsible for Magic's world building, our storytelling, and our visual identity. So if you've got a favorite Magic plane, character, piece of card art, my team gets to contribute to all that amazing stuff.
Perfect person to have a look.
Yeah!
Zakeel?
Yeah. I'm Zakeel Gordon, Senior Executive Producer for Magic. I'm in charge of set development, so I lead sets as we create them. In the past, some of my sets included The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Bloom Burrow, and Magic Final Fantasy. I also work on our collectability strategy, so I'm on the team that designs the every set's collector booster, and I get to work with so many amazing people within the studio every single day. So happy to see you all and be here today.
Make some noise, guys. So as we mentioned at the start, 2027 is the year of the gathering, which makes this part of the panel particularly exciting. We're going to take a deep dive into 3 beautifully crafted worlds and stories that begin the next arc in the Magic the Gathering story. And we're going to tell you all about next year's MagicCons. It's exciting,
It is.
and there's a lot to talk about. Jackie, just feelings first off. This is big for you.
It's huge. I've been waiting all week for this moment. I'm like, oh yeah, so excited to share with everybody. You know, as I sit here and look at this very large crowd right now, it's amazing. You know, when we started doing MagicCons almost 4 years ago now, which is hard to believe, you know, I think we dreamed that it would grow into something as amazing as this, but I don't think we could have ever predicted just how special MagicCons would become to us. You know, when we're working on the project behind the scenes, it's just so awesome to get face to face with fans and, you know, gather and celebrate the thing that we love together. And I feel like we've had these moments where we're like, you know, we should do this more often. Every time we have them, we're like, can we do this more? So I'm actually excited to get to share. We are going to do it more in 2027.
More MagicCons?
Yeah, we are adding another MagicCon to the lineup. Yeah.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Zakeel, quick feelings from you as well.
Yeah, amazing. I love MagicCon. It's so much fun to come here. MagicCon is so central. So again, we are expanding to 4 total MagicCons starting in 2027. We will be revealing them today as we talk through the calendar. And I'll give you a hint. We are going to a place we have never been before.
Yeah, come on. Ooh. Yeah, come on. I mean, I personally love it when we all get together. This is my first MagicCon right now. It's literally our first day, and I'm having the best time already. New exciting sets, like we're talking about right now, events that we get to do. I've heard about Crocs. There are Magic Crocs. Is anyone wearing their Magic Crocs? No one's wearing their Magic Crocs? Up there? One person is wearing their Magic Crocs. Back there. Yes, round of applause for them. Aside from that brilliant stuff, though, what is there to get excited about today?
Yeah, before we get to 2027, coming later this year is the next iteration. Our next iteration of Mystery Booster called Mystery Booster Commander Edition. This set is entirely designed for Commander Draft. There are 20 card packs. As well as 59 new mechanical designs designed entirely for Commander.
Yeah, I think If you were excited about that, we actually do have some cards to preview.
Yes, please.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with the first one. It's actually a throw way, way, way back, all the way to Homelands.
Yes. So here is Joven and Chandler. They are a 5-mana red creature that allows you to take control of artifacts from other players on the battlefield. If that then gets untapped with haste, if that goes to the graveyard, they get powered up. And the longtime Vorthos fans will see some callbacks to Ebony Rhino and Joven's Ferrets in the card art there, which I think is going to be super, super fun.
And where can we get hold of this of these mystery boosters?
So you can get a hold of these at Gen Con, as well as MagicCon later this year and Festival in a Box. But not all of the cards in Mystery Booster Commander are throwbacks. Some of them involve a brand new mechanic that we have called Rule Breaker. So let's take a look at our next card called Talabo. Talabo is a very cute 4-mana otter. And it says whenever you cast an instant, you can make an otter. And it has this new ability called Rule Breaker that allows you to play instant and sorcery spells of an additional color not in your commander's color identity, as well as basic lands. We worked super closely with the Commander format panel on this. This was a recommendation from them, so we're super excited to bring this card to life.
Look, if Joven and Chandler can make a comeback, then, I mean, let's be honest, Jackie, anything is really possible at this point, isn't it?
True.
But I know lots of people talk about the Pro Tour Hall of Fame. can we expect a return for the Pro Tour Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I know people have been asking for that for a long time, and I'm very excited to get to share that it is coming back this year. Yeah! Yeah, so for those who are not familiar with what the Pro Tour Hall of Fame is, it honors and celebrates the best players that have ever played the game, which is incredible. You know, I know for pro players themselves and for those who love pro play, this is especially meaningful that this is coming back. I think we're going to be sharing some more information about the return of the Hall of Fame on Sunday on the Pro Tour stream after quarterfinals. So tune into that for some more information.
Quick question. Is there a spot on the Pro Tour Hall of Fame for someone who misses all their triggers?
You have to ask Zakeel. I don't know.
It's going to be kind of hard.
I thought I could have spiced it up a little bit, but alas, there we are. Right, who would like to see the first set of 2027? That's a good answer. Roll the tape!
Noctis is our very first fully underwater plane. This is something that fans have been asking us for so long.
Noctis is a place of merfolk civilizations in their height. It is a place of many different fantasy species all coexisting together. But it is also a place where an apocalyptic danger lurks at the bottom of the ocean.
As far as gameplay elements go, we wanted to really stay grounded in traditional Magic gameplay. It's all the familiar things that you'd expect, plus this awesome environment, all these cool creatures that you can see, and huge visual spectacles as well.
This is a fully featured, deep, layered, high fantasy world, bursting with color and cultures. Beyond the merfolk, our set is populated with tons of other different creatures. The humans here are really the outsiders.
To place an entire world in a place where everything is buoyant, it changes the game so much at its fundamental level.
The first major unique thing about Noctis is that it's the first main set release, possibly ever, arguably, that doesn't have flying as a mechanic, since we're all underwater all the time. We actually have a brand new mechanic, which I won't tell you too much about yet, that is an evasive mechanic that sort of takes the place of flying.
We have 5 distinct colors that we have to pay off, so it can't be a mono blue set.
There's quite a bit of diversity and variety down in the ocean. We have kelp forests for green, and we have the dark abyss, and we have whale falls, graveyards of bones.
In the end, we have an experience that's much more similar to a traditional Magic set from a color balance perspective than you might initially expect. There's a huge sense of mystery. What are all the things that I could discover here?
It is so different, but that is what makes it so exciting.
The set is just a ton of fun.
Wow. We are on a time crunch. Sorry. I mean, that's the kind of reaction you want right there, Jackie.
Absolutely.
When are we taking the plunge?
I feel like you are trying to trick me into saying an ocean-themed pun, which is ironic because during the set's development, the creative team constantly was trying to get me to do that, and I absolutely refused and would never take the bait. Okay, this one time, players are going to get to take the plunge into Noctis Sunken Realm on February 5th, 2027.
And look, I know we've just seen a lot from that video right there, but it was moving fast. We'd love to see some stills and get a real feel for Noctis if possible.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, so Noctis is this vast, fully underwater plane. It's got the warm shallows, and then you get to dive down all the way to the dark depths of the dark abyss. I think the idea of Underwater World is this really classic high fantasy concept, and one of the biggest challenges for the creative team is like, how do we take this idea that is out there, but do it in a way that's really unique to Magic? And I think one of the best ways to approach that is underwater is usually the domain of blue, and we said, how can we explore this through all the different 5 colors of mana, and how does that show up in all the environments, which was really fun.
I bet. Yeah, that means that the creatures of this world also just encompass a menagerie of different things, from colossal behemoths all the way down to the cute, cuddly creatures of the ocean.
Yeah, you've got the things you would expect, so merfolk, shark folk, squid folk, but we also got to explore, like, how do air breathers survive down here? How do the humans get around?
Hang on, so if you had to think outside the box, maybe a snorkel equipment confirmed for Noctis?
Never know.
Wait and see, wait and see.
So is this the beginning of the new Magic story then?
Yes, so this is Noctis, the Sunken Realm is the first set in 2027, as well as the beginning of our new story arc.
And you will be able to celebrate the release of Noctis at the first of 4 MagicCons in 2027. Zakeel, where and when, please?
The first MagicCon in 2027 will take place in North America, and a place we haven't been in a while. The MagicCon will be in the Motor City of Detroit.
Oh, make some noise for Detroit! No, I get it, Magic fans. I get it. You know, it's the birthplace of Motown, techno. You nerds aren't known for their dance moves, which is why we're giving you plenty of warning just to get the hips warmed up and ready to go for Detroit, Jackie, you have a MagicCon first to tell us about as well, right?
Oh, I have such a good one. This is the best. Okay, so if you can't make it to Detroit, or you can't dance apparently, May 14th through 16th, we are going to be making our MagicCon debut in Asia. We are going to Tokyo, Japan. Very exciting.
Looks like everyone in here is coming.
Yep.
I'll see you there.
Yep.
And time to move on to our second set of the year, making a beloved return, but with a big twist.
It's just a day like any other on Kamigawa, and then bam, the sky opens up and out falls of all things Ikoria. You've got giant monsters, weird creatures, nightmares, elementals, and literally the land itself falling out of the sky. Kamigawa Titan Breach is a set that takes 2 fan-favorite planes and crashes them together. On the one hand, we've got Kamigawa. This is a long-standing Magic plane with a lot of nostalgia. On the other hand, we've got Ikoria, much newer, but very quickly beloved by fans. And each of these sets is coming together to clash in a classic mechs versus monsters conflict.
This is probably going to be one of the largest scale conflicts we've ever seen in Magic the Gathering. We're talking about things that might be 4 to 5 to 6 times the size of things that we've seen before. Whether it's the mechs and these kind of gigantic constructs, or most evidently the monsters who are going to dwarf everything around them.
The scale is like off the charts huge, so we had to make sure that the human element was retained. So a lot of our humans I actually had to put up on rooftops just to make sure that they were within eyesight of like these giant monsters that are rampaging through the city.
There's a large focus on the people of Kamigawa and how they are going to have to deal with this incursion, how they're going to be able to defend their home, defend themselves, protect the people.
The set story will have lasting implications on the characters that we know and love.
What we're seeing now for one of the first times is an Omen Path representing an existential threat.
It was very important to us when making the set that we weren't just taking mechs from one place and monsters from the other and smashing them together, but that this was really a true exploration of what would it mean for these worlds to combine and clash with each other, and what would that mean for the denizens, what would that mean for the characters, what would that mean for the magic of the 2 planes. And I think that we really were able to dive deep and fully flesh out this mashup of 2 settings into one really cool result.
I think it's just a match made in heaven. We have the monsters, we have the mechs, and what we get to do is take the amazing things that you expect from this epic conflict, but humanize it in the way that only Magic can.
All right, all right. All right, one moment. When's it coming out, Jackie?
All right, so the battle for Kamigawa begins June 4th, 2027.
Put it in the diary, June 4th, 2027. Zakeel, are we able to see a little bit more and just get a feel for Kamigawa Titan Breach?
Yes, absolutely. So this set takes place on Kamigawa. Ikoria is invading for reasons that will become clear. Kamigawa is one of our most popular planes from Magic's history, so you'll see a lot of familiar locations and amazing architecture and landscapes. Although this time it is through the lens of an all-out planar war.
Yeah, the environments are cool, but the monsters that we're going to get to see and the creature designs are so incredible. Yeah, you've got updated new Ikoria monsters and their bonders going head-to-head against these sleek Kamigawa mechs and their pilots. It's going to be sick.
The big question is why and what led to this all-out war and what will come from it. Get ready to choose your side in June of next year.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's add this to the 2027 timeline. You can see it on screen right now. 3 sets and 2 MagicCons in the first 6 months of 2027. Truly the year of the gathering, would you not agree?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. It's going to be huge, Jackie.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So Kamigawa Titan Breach is going to be our 3rd set of the year after our first unannounced Universes Beyond set.
And where should fans gather to celebrate the battle between the mechs and the Ikorian monsters? Where can we go for that, Zakeel?
Yeah, we have a bit more of a gap until our next MagicCon, but we will have theming for Kamigawa Titan Breach at our 3rd MagicCon, MagicCon Las Vegas, in August 27th through 29th, about a month after our 2nd Universes Beyond set of the year.
We're going back to Vegas, baby! And Jackie, we spoke earlier on about the Hall of Fame, and I'd love to talk a little bit more for our competitive fans. Have we got any more that we're able to announce?
Yeah, we're going to chat a little bit about the Limited Championship. So the Limited Championship is a pro-level event that players have already been qualifying for, but today we're sharing that the actual event itself is going to take place June 18th through 20th in Minneapolis.
Fantastic. So we started with Noctis the Sunken Realm, moved on to Kamigawa Titan Breach, and now we have our 3rd in-universe set of 2027 to show you. And let me tell you, it is definitely going to be one of the most anticipated settings we have had in a long time. Let's take a look.
Zhalfir is a plane that has been a part of Magic history for a very, very long time. It's a very highly magical place.
This is a world that is powered by the light and the magic of 5 suns, so there's never night here. And this is contrasted with the spirit realm, where it is full of mystery, it's full of dangers, where your ancestors and spirits go, and it is a world of eternal darkness.
So there's lots of monstrous things and things that you have to protect yourself from, but ultimately it's a way to stay connected to your history.
Zhalfir sort of overwrote Mirrodin's, but we didn't want it to overwrite what had come before it entirely.
I want people to feel like this is untapped potential, only scratching the surface, not just of what Afro fantasy can be, but what Magic can be.
Oftentimes when we think about fantasy, what we think about is a Eurocentric lens, but Afro fantasy is specifically pulled from the cultures of the Black diaspora through the lens of our mythology, our culture, the way that we dress, the way that we approach artistry. We get to use our inspiration from the foundation of what our culture is and build a new world and realm based off of that.
So I thought, perfect, blank slate, we can start fresh and really focus on making sure this stays as Afrocentric and authentic as possible. So we had cultural consultants, we had Afrofuturist authors, we had African history professors keeping us on track and making sure it stayed true to our vision. The challenge was doing enough research and making sure that we were marrying African culture and weapons and textile patterns and all of that stuff with that sprinkling of the Magic the Gathering aesthetic.
This is one of my favorite parts of the set. At the heart is like this very rich culture and spirituality. I want ancestral connection. I want to see a spirit world. I want to see that rich tapestry of people represented.
It's a very highly magical place. Being able to show something that's so spiritually and culturally significant in a very fantastical way was a really important part of the set, and the visuals are stunning. I hope that people who see this and haven't seen themselves represented in such a way, I just hope that they feel empowered, excited, energized, and inspired to also know that, you know, they are represented, their body types are represented, their hair, and the infinite things that our hair can do are represented. And I just want people to feel the joy that we felt while creating this set.
So, the first time we're going to be back in Jalfir since March of the Machine in 2023, Zakeel. When's the set coming, though?
Way too long for me. So I was the executive producer on this set. I've had the chance to work on it for a couple of years. But I can't wait for it to release. It will be releasing on October 1st, 2027.
And Jalfir has been part of the Magic universe for a long time, Jackie, right? I think 96 with Mirage?
Yeah.
What are some of the new ideas that are going into Jalfir with this new set?
Yeah, so like you said, it's been around for a long time. It's going to be familiar to longtime players. But this is actually the first time that we are seeing it as a plane all of its own. So for those who've been following the story, Teferi phased out Jalfir during the first Phyrexian invasion to protect it. So it's been phased back in now, but it's not unchanged. You know, it wasn't paused in time. Like the people of Jalfir kept evolving and living during that time. And when it was phased back in, it actually emerged in the spot where Mirrodin had previously been. So it's a return to world, but I think there's like narrative justification that allowed us to really update it and do something completely exciting and different with it as well.
And how about the creatures, Zakeel?
Yeah, absolutely. We spent so much time looking at the creatures and world building to try to create a new fresh and fresh feeling of this while still staying true to classic Magic.
Yeah, I think for the creative team, we were so excited to have the opportunity to fully flesh out the culture of Jalfir. You know, I think whenever we work on a setting that takes inspiration from a real-world culture, it's so important to us that we treat it with respect and authenticity. And, you know, we brought on creative consultants to help us. But at this time, we actually did something a little bit different. In addition to that, we brought on collaborators who were experts in Afro fantasy, and we had them really work closely with us to co-create the set. We learned a lot from them, but I think one of the things that I was most inspired by working with them and kind of hearing them was how excited they were and how important it was to them that Magic was doing this set. You know, it's a return to world, so it's something that it's natural for us to do, but Magic has a really big voice and a really big platform in the fantasy space, and for us to really lean in and put some focus on this and update it and do Afro fantasy right in a genre that really doesn't get enough attention in media, it's huge. It's a really big deal. Yeah. You know, I've worked on a lot of Magic sets, and this is probably the Magic set I feel most proud to be part of.
I love that. I mean, we've not even, seen any cards yet, and already it looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait for Zhalfir. So let's add Zhalfir to our 2027 timeline, the year of the gathering. Is there anything else we can add, though, Zakeel?
Yeah, there will be a Universes Beyond set released after Zhalfir as well, bringing the year to 6 total major booster releases, with 3 of them being these beautifully crafted Magic Multiverse worlds.
So if we take a look at the 3 sets that we revealed today, honestly, I think that this is some of the best world building the creative team has ever done in a single year. It's pretty incredible. All of these are absolute bangers. I think what's really special about getting the opportunity to work on Magic is that it has this huge creative legacy that's so important that we get to honor, but at the same time we get to build upon it and evolve it and chart where it's going. And I think these 3 sets do exactly that. Noctis, Kamigawa, Titan Breach, and Zhalfir each represent something that is really true and authentically Magic, but at the same time pushing the multiverse into really new spaces, which is what we're here to do.
Incredible. I mean, Amsterdam, what are you making of the future? Come on, let's hear you. 2027, the year of the gathering. Incredible. We're almost. I'm just thinking. Didn't we? We said there'd be 4 MagicCons. No.
We did.
I've forgotten one.
I think we might have. I can share that now if you want.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so our last MagicCon of 2027 is going to take place December 3rd through 5th, right back here in Amsterdam. Yeah.
We're going back to Amsterdam. Wow. Look at that timeline, truly incredible for 2027 in Magic. A brand new story arc that starts with Noctis and goes beyond all the way throughout the year. Make some noise for your panel today. Jackie, Zakeel, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Whether you're excited about going with Noctis and the Sunken Realm, exploring the mighty mechs of Kamigawa Titan Breach, or returning to a new Zhalfir in 2027, it is going to be an awesome year for Magic. Thank you to both of you for hanging out. I have been Jack Saunders. Thank you so much. Maybe see you tomorrow for The Hobbit. Good night!